Hey everyone, welcome back, and this is my review of Gundam Reconguista in G Episode 5. This was a really awesome fucking episode, seriously. This has got to be my favorite episode in the series so far. It was so good. So good. That fucking action. Goddamn, these mech fights are so good. They're so intense, and I just love them so much. Obviously, that's not all that happened in this episode, but it was the majority of it, right? This was a very action-heavy episode, okay? And I just love it. Now, this doesn't seem, at least so far, the type of Gundam series that's really going to take itself ultra-serious. I mean, there are definitely some serious elements in here, but it doesn't seem like it's going to take itself ultra-serious and go super dark, which I'm fine with as long as it's well-written, I suppose. Okay, now, there are a couple things aside from the action that I do want to talk about in this episode. First off, that masked man, I forget what his name was, but he's obviously the villain of this, not sure if it's this season or just, like, this, for just a little while. But, apparently I've heard that masked men are commonly villains in Gundam series, so, okay. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me either way, but okay. So, apparently he's going to be a villain, and for some reason he seems familiar to me. I don't know, like, I seem to recall a character earlier on in the series that kind of looked like him in a way, with, like, the blue hair and the facial features and whatnot, but I don't quite remember for sure. But I'm sure it will come up again later on, though, either way. So, anyways, though, another thing I want to talk about in this episode is actually Ida. Now, I really like Ida's character, and I really feel sorry for her that she kind of was forced to thank Bellary, even though she can't stand him, because she killed Captain Kali, I believe his name was, or he did. And, you know, he does keep apologizing. He feels sorry for her because he doesn't want to kill anyone, but obviously she doesn't take the apologies, which I can't honestly say I blame her. I don't blame Bellary either because it was an accident, but I honestly don't blame her for not taking his apologies because he was an enemy soldier who killed her commanding officer who she was apparently really close with, and now he's going to be working with her. That must be really fucking hard on her. Now she's toughing it out, which I have to at least give her applause for that, but still, I feel really sorry for her. And at the end of the episode, we actually saw her break down alone and start crying because of it, and apparently her captain says she's going to be the next princess. Now, I don't think it's been stated before yet in the series that the space pirates have like a monarchy like that, like where they have like kings, queens, princes, and princesses, but apparently they do, and apparently Ida's the next in line to become the princess, which is pretty interesting, okay? Or maybe she's not next in line, but maybe she will be sometime in the future. Either way, pretty interesting. And so he basically told her that she has an obligation to thank him to keep her impression up, basically, because she's going to become the next princess. Or she's going to become the princess one day. Okay, so it's very interesting, but I think it's obvious that her and Bellary are probably going to fall in love later on in the series. Just because, I mean, the foreshadowing of that is so staggeringly fucking obvious. I'm not criticizing the series for being obvious like that, but still, I'm just saying, it's really obvious that they're going to end up falling in love later on in the series and forming a romantic couple, okay? Which I'll be perfectly fine with. I mean, really, like, I know a lot of people don't like the cliche where and I'm usually on the same mind track, you know, the cliche where boy and girl meet and they can't stand each other at first, but then they slowly warm up to each other. It is a kind of an overused cliche. I know I don't usually like to complain about cliches, but that one is kind of boring usually. But here she has, again, I'm not blaming Bellary for this because it was an accident, but here she actually has reason to hate him. Two reasons, in fact. One, she was just an episode ago he was the enemy, and two, he accidentally killed her commanding officer, so who she apparently was really close with. So she actually has reasons to hate him, but I'm pretty sure that's going to go away eventually, especially if she's going to be working, or especially if he's going to be working with him, because obviously he is. I mean, the title of this episode is called "The Enemy is the Enemy is the Capital Army." If that doesn't tell you that Bellary's going to be working with the space pirates, then I don't know what does. Okay. I mean, I think that's kind of obvious from the title of the fucking episode. Just saying. So anyways, so overall, I thought this episode of Gundam Reconguista in G was a very good one, okay? It had probably my favorite part about the episode was actually the action. There was probably like 95% of this episode was action with the mechs, and it was looked so fucking good. Seriously, I really loved it. Okay, like, and the fucking animation is so amazing. Like, this is Sunrise, so I shouldn't be too surprised, and really, I'm not, but still, it's worth mentioning all the fucking time, because Sunrise know how to animate mech fights, if they know how to do anything. If they know how to do anything, they really know how to animate fucking mech fights, obviously. So, yeah. And I do really like the character moments that we're getting with Ida as well. She's probably, at least so far, my favorite character in the series, okay? So, if you have yet to see this week's episode of Gundam Reconguista in G, then I definitely recommend that you do. It's my favorite episode in the series so far, okay? It really is. I really hope that it just keeps getting better from here. I'm really glad that it's going to be a 2-core series, because I don't think the awesomeness could last just 1 core without me and with me still being satisfied with it, you know what I mean? So anyways, overall, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. See you after, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.